Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the structures of nephron and the process of the urine formation and also osmoregulation in human. Okay, first we look at the structures of the nephron. Okay, our kidney consists of millions of nephron. Nephron is a basic unit of the kidney. Okay, so the structures of nephron consist of, the first one is glomerulus, second one is Bowman capsule, and third one is renal tubule. Okay, renal tubule consists of proximal convoluted tubule, loops of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule. Okay, now we go to the process of urine formation. Okay, during urine formation, so the blood will flow from arteriole afferent to the arteriole efferent. So the size of arteriole afferent is larger compared to the arteriole efferent. So the blood will flow from the larger area to the smaller area. So when the blood flow from larger area to the smaller area, it will create a high hydrostatic pressure. So high hydrostatic pressure will push all the blood component to filtrate to the Bowman capsule. So all the blood component will enter the Bowman capsule except protein plasma and red blood cells, because the size of plasma membrane, plasma protein and the red blood cells is bigger. Okay, so the filtrate will flow to the proximal convoluted tubule. In the proximal convoluted tubule, glucose and amino acid will be reabsorbed. That is the second phase of the urine formation, which is reabsorption. Okay, so the glucose and the amino acid will be reabsorbed to the blood capillary. So the process is by active transport. So in the proximal convoluted tubule, there are lots of mitochondria to generate energy to generate energy for the active transport. Then the filtrate will flow to the loops of Henle. At the loops of Henle, water and minerals such as sodium and chloride will be reabsorbed to the blood capillary. Okay, at the distal convoluted tubule, it will occur two processes, which is the reabsorption and secretion. Okay, reabsorption is the water and mineral will be reabsorbed to the blood capillary, but the urea will be secreted from the tubule to blood capillary to the tubule. So that is the opposite way. So two process, which is reabsorption and secretion. Reabsorptions from the tubule to the blood capillary, and secretions from the blood capillary to the tubule. Okay, and then from the distal convoluted tubule, the filtrate will enter collecting duct. So at the collecting duct, only water and mineral will be reabsorbed. Okay, now we go to the last part, which is osmoregulation. In blood osmoregulation, so the water content in the body will be regulated. So the basic concepts in the regulation it must consist of receptor, central integrating center, and then the effector. Okay, when the blood osmotic pressure increase, so the situation or the changes will be detected by osmoreceptor. Osmoreceptor then will send impulse into the integrating center, which is in the hypothalamus. So integrating center will send the corrective impulse to the effector. In this case, when the blood osmotic pressure increase, the correcting impulse will be sent to the effector, which is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland will secrete more ADH. More ADH will be transported to the kidney, which is the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct. ADH will increase the permeability of the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct towards water. So more water will be reabsorbed into the blood capillary. So the blood osmotic pressure will be decreased. Okay, but the urine will be more concentrated. Okay, on the other way, if the blood osmotic pressure decrease, okay, so pituitary gland will secrete less ADH. So the collecting duct will become less permeable and then less water will be reabsorbed. So that is how the osmotic pressure of the blood will be regulated. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.